Hi, I'm Jennifer Cole from Royal Holloway, University of London in the UK. I very much would have liked to join you in person, but unfortunately that hasn't been possible. But I'd still like to use this opportunity to introduce you to a project that my colleagues and I are working on called Oppressive Heat Stress, Debt Bondage and British Overseas Investment in Cambodian Construction. And this is a project in which we will look at informal workers in Cambodia in a number of industries to highlight the health risks that they're facing under climate change, and hope to be able to use this to highlight some of the reasons why action on climate change is so important. I'd firstly stress that I'm not working on this project alone. I'm working with project partners from Royal Holloway, from the University of Singapore, and from the Solidarity Centre in Cambodia. This is largely an existing project team that I've come into. They have worked on informal labour sector and Cambodia in the past. I've worked on health and heat stress, but in other countries. And so I'm coming into this project to add a health angle to the work they've already been doing on fair labour practices. As you can see there, you can find all of our contact details on the poster. So the previous work that we're building on is really two projects, one called Blood Bricks, which my colleagues undertook in Cambodia, looking at the informal labour sector, particularly the brick kiln industry, and also some work on the garment industry that's been done by the same team, and seeing how the unfairness and the unjust conditions that these workers work under is perpetuated by global supply chains, and trying to use that uncovering of the injustice to improve the conditions of those workers. I've previously done work on heat stress and livestock, mainly in India, but also increasingly in Turkey and Nigeria. And we're bringing those projects together to use some of the insights that I've gained from health and heat stress in the livestock sector to look at how can we apply that to humans. And hopefully in doing that, help to highlight how the unfair working conditions combined with climate change really impact not only the health of the workers, but also their productivity and therefore their country's GDP and ability to develop further, and use that to drive through policy on climate change that will help to protect workers' working conditions and therefore the productivity and ability of the country to develop. So we are looking really at what happens to those workers in their daily lives, the pressure they're put under by heat stress, and we will be monitoring that by asking those workers to wear what are called core thermal sensors, and those record their core body temperature so we can see how many days it goes above unsafe levels. It will monitor heart rate and respiration, and we'll also be asking them to keep diaries of, for instance, the number of days they have off work, the number of episodes of illness they record, whether they go and seek medical help or attention for those or not. And from this, we will end up with a really robust data set of the impact of climate change on those workers, and hopefully some ideas of what can be done to mitigate that and make their lives easier. We really want to use this to highlight how climate change is impacting workers' health, workers' productivity, and therefore their livelihoods across the world, and use this to help drive policy change to both protect those workers, but also to perhaps take more action on climate change because we're making visible the damage that is doing at all levels of society. So thank you very much for having me. I would hope to connect with some of you in Southeast Asia as we take this work forward. Please do feel free to contact me, and I hope very much you enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.